it might not be wise to react too strongly to the weekly college football rankings because there's a lot of football left to be played. The committee reserves the right to change its mind at any time. And, the first one does give an indication of their thinking because Cincinnati's now number 6. They're undefeated. It's a clear sign they don't respect the Bearcats' performance against lower-level competition. Did have the win against Notre Dame at Notre Dame. That should be big. But it all sort of plays out. Michigan State plays Ohio State. That's number 3 and number 5. Georgia eventually is going to play number 2 Alabama in the SEC title game. Number 8 Oklahoma will start playing some good teams. They can move up. You never know what kind of weird upsets are going to happen. It feels like it's week in and week out where you go, what just happened? You can talk about the rankings, but take it with a grain of salt. This could end up be really a challenging year for the committee because normally the more debate, the better. And in that sense, this is shaping up to be an intriguing finale to the college football season. But we'll talk to the Cincinnati head coach. You had Ohio State losing to Oregon. That's a big win for Oregon. Can Oregon win out? We thought after beating Ohio State, you'd win out, you're going to be in the Final Four. Alabama, we expect them to be there. Michigan State with the win against Michigan. But then if Ohio State beats Michigan State, then Michigan State's going to drop out. If Michigan State beats Ohio State, can Ohio State still get in with 2 losses? Oklahoma's the team that I would keep an eye on. If I'm Cincinnati or some of these the outliers, they got a quarterback. They're playing a whole lot better. But Georgia, even with a loss in the SEC title game, Georgia is still going to be in the Final Four. Can Alabama still get in if Alabama would lose to Georgia and have 2 losses? What about Oregon? I don't think they can get in if they have 2 losses. Cincinnati has just got to be patient. College game day is going to be there at the University of Cincinnati this weekend. Just make sure you don't lose. You can't have these close games because it feels like it's held against you. You got to make sure you don't give them an excuse to take you out of the running for the national championship. And I think, this is where they're supposed to base it in what they see now, what's happening now. But this is really based on legacy. And Cincinnati doesn't have a football legacy. Luke Fickell's done a wonderful job there. And Cincinnati is willing to go anywhere to play anybody. They went to South Bend to play Notre Dame. Notre Dame is not wanting to go to Cincinnati to play Cincinnati. And Cincinnati doesn't have a great schedule. Don't get tripped up by Houston. And Houston is sneaky. They're sneaky good. But Cincinnati has just got to make sure they hold serve and then let all the other conferences play out. And then maybe you can slide in with that 4th spot. But that's about it. It's not, hey, you're undefeated, we're going to put you at number 2. I get the feeling, and I have nothing to base this on, just gut feeling of covering college football for many decades here. You don't want to put a team in that you have to take them out. Cincinnati is that team. If you put them in, they keep winning, then what's your excuse? It is a TV show, first and foremost, in my opinion. You want to have the big names in there. You want the big record, crowd, audience, ratings, all of that. It's not fair to the underdog. March Madness has all of these teams, 68 teams, so everybody gets a chance to be in. That's what we love about it, the underdog. Cincinnati is an underdog. Are they going to draw eyeballs? Probably not. But I think the committee probably looked at this and said, if we put them in and they go undefeated, what is our strategy or logic to say, we're going to take them out with the final ranking here? Are you going to put somebody in with 2 losses ahead of them? Even somebody with 1 loss ahead of them? Head-to-head matters. You saw that with Oregon against the Ohio State, beating them in Columbus. That's really big. But we tend to overreact with the first one. I understand Cincinnati overreacting because I think you could be left out, because I think the committee wanted to make a statement to not put you in the first place. And you can look at strength of schedule. I understand all of that. But Cincinnati is still, just watch them play. It's a good team. Really good team. Are they a great team? No, but I don't think there is a great team. I don't think Georgia's a great team. I think they have a great defense. Alabama is a great team? I don't know, but it's Alabama. Oregon, I don't know if Oregon's that good. I don't even know if they're settled on their quarterback. Ohio State, I think, is a really good team. But Michigan State, if Michigan State wins, then what's that say about Ohio State? What's that say about Michigan State? There's always an outlier. There's always a team where you go, that team is going to get into the Final Four, and there's always a team or two that end up 5th and 6th, and we go, God, they got screwed. Every year. That's what happens. Yeah, Paul.
Cincinnati's trying to schedule teams. Cincinnati football next year plays Indiana, which is not, you're playing a Big Ten team, and they play at Arkansas. Can you do something, Dan? How about this? How about this for a new idea? If Cincinnati finishes 5th, they get to play the national title winner next year to open the season. Let's just throw that out there. That'd be good TV.
Yeah, but if I'm the national title winner, why do I want to play Cincinnati?
Yeah, force it. Let's make it happen. Pressure.
Well, enjoy this now or not enjoy this now, because in a couple of years we're going to have 12 teams in, and then no one will have any argument. Because if you don't make 12, that's like when somebody doesn't make it into the field of 68, I go, no. You got no reason to be upset here. Yes.
But I love that, though, where now you can say, like, okay, all right, now you're in. Now you got to win. Put your money where your mouth is kind of thing. I love that.
Yeah, but when, these coaches get upset, look at our resume. We should have been in the field of 68. And then you just want them to slow down and say that line one more time. The field of 68. Yes, McLovin.
How much of it is brands? Like Ohio State's a brand.
It's big. It's huge. Because you look at... I know the committee wants to do the right thing, right? Whatever the right thing is. Well, I don't know what that right thing is. Because to me, it feels like have an underdog in there. Have a team that has a chance. Like, give them hope. That's why we're going to expand to 12. Because forever, I railed against the BCS because I said it's only 2 teams, and it's usually 2 of the same teams out of the 6 that we normally have that are playing for a national championship. We love hope. We love the underdog. And college football doesn't reward that. And when we get to 12, then we're going to have that. Yeah, McLovin.
But they put in a charity case last year with Notre Dame, and that didn't really work out.
Oh, wow.
Sorry. Wow. I just know there's so many Notre Dame fans in the room. I couldn't resist.
Where did that left hook come from?
Whole new fan base to a fan.
Yeah. I haven't offended the that's a big one right there.
Yeah. Congratulations. Yes, Eaton.
I'm still traumatized by Notre Dame, Alabama a few years ago when they just got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh, God, I hope Notre Dame doesn't make it again. I don't want to watch that anymore.
That's when you're watching and you go, Notre Dame seems to move at a different speed than Alabama. Slower.
Big brothers versus little brothers.
Yeah, slower.
100%.
Yes.